There's a fighter who never cuts weight. He doesn't even bother taking off his underwear at the weigh-in because every single time he steps up to challenge opponents heavier than himself. His latest opponent, however, was all kinds of cocky, talking trash about how he was going to tear his face apart, but instead of firing back, the fighter coolly extended his right hand as a show of respect. His opponent responded by slapping him clean across the face, sending a wave of tension through the entire arena. Yet the fighter didn't even flinch. Even knowing he was standing across from Eddie, the reigning WBC super heavyweight champion, his confidence never wavered for a second. When the fight kicked off, Eddie dropped him with a massive punch, and the crowd went absolutely wild. But the fighter shook it off fast, unleashing a relentless combination that completely broke through Eddie's defense. Then, with a sharp, powerful straight punch, he rocked Eddie hard. He had every chance to finish the fight right then and there, but he held back. Between rounds, his corner told him, "Target that cracked eyebrow. That's your ticket to an easy win." But he refused. His right hand hits too hard, he said, and he didn't want to make the injury any worse. So he went with his left instead, surging forward and driving a thunderous blow straight into Eddie's body. Eddie crumpled in agony, and just like that, the fighter claimed the championship belt without any doubt. What he didn't know, though, was that someone had been watching the entire fight from the shadows. After it was all over, Eddie found himself drowning in massive gambling debts, leaving him no choice but to enter an underground fighting ring. He showed up pointing to the wounds on his face, begging his creditors for just one more day, but all he got in return was a cold, hard threat. "Miss today, and your debt goes up by $1 million tomorrow." Eddie was hauled off to an abandoned factory, and right before the fight, he was told to stuff thick metal plates inside his gloves. He completely lost it, screaming that someone was going to get killed, but the other side just shrugged it off with chilling indifference. Death is inevitable. Then his opponent slowly peeled off his jacket, revealing a massive, hulking frame, and stepped into the cage-like arena. Up in the control room, a green-haired man flipped on a worldwide live stream as the commentator went into a frenzy, hyping up the bettors. The moment the fight started, Eddie came out swinging, but his opponent dodged every single shot with ease, then landed a brutal punch directly on Eddie's wound. Blood immediately poured down his face, and his opponent seized the moment, unleashing a savage all-out assault. Eddie was completely overwhelmed, unable to fight back, and eventually hit the floor, out cold. But even that wasn't enough. The man signaled his crew to cut the live stream, then kept on throwing punches at the unconscious Eddie. Everyone else just stood there, watching without a shred of emotion, while the total bets placed on this live stream had already surpassed $700 million. The man then made his next move known. The next fight, I want Jake, the guy who just won that championship belt. So do you think Jake can win that fight? Drop your answer in the comments.